Hello, everyone. This is Nate Jones, continuing this series of Nate's letter, or Nate's message, rather, to a principal. We talked about math and science and history. And of course, I've always been a student, um, an arduous student, studying, doing my homework, always sat in the front of the class. I rarely sat in the back of the class. I was always involved in my studies, in my schoolwork, in all my subjects. And of course, I'm hoping people will hold Karen accountable, right? If white people, if you have a heart and a brain and you really sense the whole, um, frustration of this whole principal sub-teacher debacle, then you would hold Karen accountable. Okay, so I'm hoping that you all will hold her accountable. And I'll give you all until what? Thanksgiving. So today we're going to talk about motivational speaking class or theater, right? We talked about math and history. So we're going to talk about motivational speaking. So I'm going to play a video clip of one of my favorite actors of all time. It's a white dude. And I think he's one of the best icons in American history. I think he made one of the best movie series in American history. And he's just a stand-up American. He's a great father, and I always respect actors and celebrities who are great fathers, just like Deion Sanders. And I know a lot of white folks don't like Deion Sanders, but that man is a great father, just like this guy who we're going to put on the screen. So just pay attention. Keep your eyes locked on this screen. We're going to play this video. A lot of kids in high school, they go through motivational speaking classes or theater. And this helps them to speak in front of audiences, motivate audiences, and develop their skills. So let's listen to one of my favorite actors in American history.
Let me try this. It seems that the last Instagram post I did was very well received, and I appreciate that, because what I say I mean, and we all share certain traits, unless you're one of those very odd ones that are sociopaths. For example, I don't like to argue. I don't like stress. I don't like conflict. But sometimes you have to face the conflict and the stress and the source of that and get it out of the way. Don't keep it inside. Somehow you have to purge yourself of this thing that's eating you alive. There's different ways of doing it. Getting it in someone's grill, or you start to use your head and work your way around the problem without offending anyone, but you're getting your point across. But sometimes you just have to offend someone who's offending you. That's fair. And it takes courage. Actually, it takes courage to do a lot of things. It takes a lot of guts to stay in school. It's courage. It takes courage to get up every morning, and bravery, and pushing yourself when you don't want to go to work, to supply food for yourself and your family. It takes courage to stick your head above the crowd and voice your own opinion, even though it's not a popular one, but it's one that you feel so deep in your soul that you have to get it out. You can't go through life living on lies. Quite often, you just have to stand up and grab life by the throat and not let go until you succeed. Courage. You all have it. It's just pushing the right button. Keep punching.
The reason why I love Sylvester Stallone, America, is that, his Rocky series would have never been what it was without Carl Weathers. Carl Weathers is from New Orleans. You heard me? Carl Weathers played Apollo on the Rocky series. And I think those two did a wonderful job with that series. And thanks to Sylvester Stallone, I don't think he's a racist. I hope not, but I know he's a good father. And thank you, Sylvester, for giving Carl Weathers a shot at the Rocky series. And of course, people in New Orleans know that Carl Weathers passed away this year. The Apollo character on the Rocky series. But here in this video, Rocky made two great points. I'm going to call him Rocky because we know him as Rocky. Number one, you can't go in life living lies. Sylvester Stallone is a great motivational speaker. What he just said, America, you can't go life living lies. So that's what I was trying to tell my agency about this principle, is that she was giving lies. And the woman, we know her as Samantha, up north, she knew this woman was lying, right? And I was just saying, she's lying. So I think Savannah should listen to Sylvester. Savannah, listen to Sylvester. He's a good white dude. And you knew that this woman was lying. So that's point number one, America. Rocky said you can't go life living lies. And he made a lot of good points, y'all. I'm not going to talk about all of them. I'm going to try to keep this around 10 minutes. The second point he said is that you have to offend someone if you've been offended. He made a lot of great points in this video, y'all. I mean, Rocky's my dude, I will continue watching Rocky movies, even in the age of robots in the future, y'all. Even when things are changing, I'm going to still watch Sylvester Stallone movies. Because, he that dude in American history. If somebody offends you in a bad way, according to Sylvester Stallone, y'all, a white dude, he said sometimes you got to offend them. Like, you remember when Trump called Omarosa a dog? White people, you remember that? Your president, President Trump, called Omarosa a dog. So that's not good. That was offensive, right? So Nate Jones was also offended when his principal lied. So black people, white people, Spanish people, this whole principal series I'm putting on YouTube, I don't know how many it's going to be. It's going to be a lot. But if you think a former candidate of New Orleans is going to sit there and get offended by lies, termination, and white people sticking with each other to get Nate fired, you got another thing coming. If you think I'm just going to sit there and just let this go by, no. America has to hear this. Because we still have a fundamental problem in America. We got a fundamental problem. Innocent black men are getting affected. And I don't think white people want to lose Nate Jones as an ally.